Hello students, in this video of us, we are going to learn about the disease cancer. Now cancer is the uncontrolled growth of the cells in our body which is forming a tumor. A mass of cell is formed and that is called tumor. And this uncontrolled growth of cell is the result. There is contact inhibition in the normal cells. The normal cells, when they grow in numbers, what happens when they come in contact to each other, this create an inhibition, or this creates a barrier for the cell, a signal for the cell to stop the multiplication or to stop the number, increase in the number. But in case of cancer cells, this property is lost. So in cancer, the process of development of cancer is called oncogenic transformation. The normal cells have the property of contact inhibition. That means, what is this contact inhibition? The growth of the cell will be stopped when the cell will come in contact with the other cell. So when the cell is in the contact with the other cell, it is a signal for the cell to stop the growth. But in cancerous cells, this property is lost. So what happened? There is uncontrolled growth of the cell, and as a result, the cancer cells, they divide continuously to give rise to a mass of cells. And this mass of cells is called tumor. Now, these tumors are of two types: benign tumor and malignant tumor. Benign tumor is the tumor which is confined to a original location, means where the mass of the cells have been formed at one place and it will remain on that place only. It will be confined to that original location only, and it will not spread to the other parts of the body. That is called the benign tumor, which is not very harmful. But malignant, the other type of malignant tumor is malignant tumor. Now, this malignant tumor is very dangerous. Why? Because it exhibits metastasis. Now, what is metastasis? That the cells they get detached from the tumor. Some of the cells of the tumor will get detached from the tumor and they will reach the distant sites, the other sides of the body, and wherever they are reaching, they will again start increasing in the number, and this is how they get spread all over the body. So this is very, very dangerous, this malignant tumor. So what happens in this? The cells, they slot from each tumors and they reach the distant sites, and wherever they reach, a new tumor is formed. Now, malignant tumors actually represent cancer. So what cancer we say, the terminology cancer is for the malignant tumors only. The cells actively divide, grow, and when the numbers of cells are increasing, these cells which are growing, they will starve, or they will be in the competition with the normal cells for vital nutrients. So what will happen? The nutrients and the other required things will not, the normal cells will not get those vital nutrients, and so there will be a damage, the harm to the normal cells. Now, what are the causes of cancer? Causes of cancer, the substances which are causing cancer, they are called carcinogens. Now, they can be physical substances, they can be chemical substances, and these can be biological agents. When they are causing, these are causing cancer, and they together are called carcinogens. For example, ionizing radiations such as X-rays and gamma rays, non-ionizing radiations, that is ultraviolet rays. Then there are oncogenic viruses. These viruses are disease, cancer-causing viruses. These viruses are having oncogenes, and these oncogenes are cancer-causing genes. So these oncogenic viruses, they are having oncogenes, and these oncogenes are the cancer-causing genes. So when a person is infected by these oncogenic viruses, the person gets cancer. Now, sometimes normal genes in our body called proto-oncogenes get converted into cellular oncogenes that cause cancer. Sometimes what happens, the normal genes can also get converted into the oncogenes and start causing cancer in our body. Now, what are the diagnosis for cancer? First of all, there is biopsy. Biopsy was the tissue wherever there is tumor, or the doctor is suspecting that this tissue must be having cancer. So the section of that tissue will be sent for biopsy. So biopsy and histopathological studies. Biopsy is the suspected tissue is cut into thin sections and examined microscopically for the cancer. Then there is radiography. Radiography, CT scan, computed tomography, and MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, are the techniques of diagnosing cancers. Now, CT scan is 3D, that is 3D imaging of internals of the organ, and this is generated by the X-rays. So what images we get from CT scan, that can help the doctor to diagnose the cancer. Then MRI scans are there, that is the magnetic resonance imaging scans are there. These are detecting the pathological and physiological changes in a living tissue. These are detected by using the magnetic field around the patient and non-ionizing radiations. Now, immunological and molecular biological diagnostic techniques can also be used to detect cancers. Then identifying certain genes which make an individual susceptible to cancer can help to prevent cancer. Suppose the gene which is going to cause the cancer is been identified, so that can help in prevention of the cancers. Now, what are the therapies by which the cancer can be treated? First is radiotherapy. In radiotherapy, the tumor cells, these are irradiated to death. That means we are destroying the tumor cells by giving them the radiotherapy. But the very proper care should be taken for protecting the normal tissues, because these tumors are surrounded by normal cells also, normal tissues. So if we are using radiotherapy as a process for treatment, then the proper care is taken that the normal tissues should be protected and only the tumor cells should be irradiated to death. The another therapy is chemotherapy. Chemo, as the name suggests, is by chemicals. So these are the drugs which are specific for particular tumors, and they are used to kill the cancer cells. But there are many side effects of using these chemicals. These chemicals are very strong chemicals, and the side effects are hair loss, anemia. These are the side effects which are noticed after this chemotherapy. Then there is immunotherapy, biological response modifier such as alpha interferons are used. Interferon, if you remember, we had discussed in immunity also that interferons are the proteins which are secreted by the virus infected cells. And these are protecting other cells from the infection of the virus. So these are these interferons are used for in immunotherapy to cure the tumor. So they activate the immune system of the patient and they help in destroying the tumor. So this is how the cancer is treated